All right, I'm back in virtual reality in full color. What am I talking about? Well, I haven't been able to use my VR headset in like 3 months now. About 3 months ago, I put on my VR headset, and everything in the headset is green, just all shades of green, like Terminator vision, but just green instead of red, right? I'm like, well, what's going on? I assumed it was a hardware issue. In fact, the first thing I thought was it's the cable on my headset. The cable, on my headset goes directly into the display port on my graphics card. And I thought, oh, for sure, the cable's bad. So, I unplugged the cable from the headset, plugged it back in, wiggled it a little bit. Didn't make any difference. I searched the issue and found on Reddit that other people with the Rift S and Radeon graphics cards, as of the latest, at the time, AMD graphics driver, were having the same issue. But they pointed out that AMD was aware of the issue. So in the changelog for the latest graphics driver, again at the time, it mentioned that they know about an issue with the Rift S. So I thought, oh, great. They know about the issue. They'll fix it. I'm just going to wait. A lot of these people on Reddit were reverting back to the older driver. I didn't want to do that. I just figured I would wait. And well, wait and wait I did. The next driver came out, didn't fix the issue. The next driver came out, didn't fix the issue. I started to wonder if this was ever going to get fixed. Am I ever going to get to use my VR headset again? It's a Rift S. It's an older headset, probably not even really supported by Oculus anymore. They're bought by Facebook. This is the last headset they made before they got bought by Facebook. Actually, Lenovo makes this headset. It says Lenovo right on it. And I thought, if they don't care and not enough people are running Rift S's on Radeon cards. I mean, Radeon cards are already a slim, as you know, NVIDIA has like 90% of the market share. It's already a pretty small minority of us using Radeon cards, and then how many of us are using the Rift S? So it's like, yeah, is this issue ever going to get fixed? Well, the second last driver that came out at the end of last month, it mentioned in the changelog, fixed an issue with Rift S on 7000 series graphics cards. Now I have an RX 6750, right? So that's like a 6000 series card. But I thought, oh, well, maybe they just thought the issue was mostly affecting 7000 series cards, so I'll try it. So, of course, plug in my VR headset, put it on. Nope, still all green. I'm like, man, they're never going to get fixed. Well, just earlier this month, so it's like the 9th today, and I think really just a few days ago, AMD came out with the latest Radeon driver, and they said fixes issues with Rift S on 5000 and 6000 series graphics cards. Oh man, is this actually going to work? Plugged it in, popped on my headset just today, and here we are, full color, as you would expect. So this is really, really awesome. And I thought in order to celebrate, we would take a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade machine. Obviously, I've said it before, I'm a huge fan of the Ninja Turtles. I mean, I was born in 81, so I grew up during the peak late 80s of this popularity. The TV show, I think, came out in 88 or 89. The movie came out in 1990, I believe, so I would have been 9 years old, and for my 9th birthday, my parents took me and my friends to the movie theater to see this movie in the theater. The first time I saw the arcade machine was actually in the mall. So I was at the mall with my family, and we went. There was like a restaurant in the mall. That was pretty common back then. I guess probably still to some degree is, but I don't remember what the restaurant was. But we were in there waiting for our food, and the arcade was like across the hall, right in the mall. So while we were waiting for the food to come, I went over into the arcade, and I saw this. Now, I don't think I had any change on me, and there's people playing it anyway. So I didn't actually get to play it, but just seeing it was pretty amazing. It looked better than anything I was used to, on my NES at home, and it had the intro with the vocals just like the cartoon. I thought that was amazing, and so yeah, we're gonna play it right now. I've got my 8-bit DOE controller out, so I got to orientate myself, move back a little bit. I think that's pretty good. And so I can put these down. It's on the floor, I guess, whatever. And I got my 8BitDo controller in front of me here. Okay, so turn it on. Should be on X input mode. And select. Should add coins. There we go. And then, all right. Again, this program is amazing, this Arcade Time Capsule. I've shown it before. I'll have a link in the video to the last video where I really showed this program off. And yeah, it's free. So yeah, if you want to download this, check it out. It's free and it's totally amazing. I mean, just look at this. It's kind of goes without saying. This is freaking cool. I'm not very good at this game. Honestly, haven't really played the arcade game a lot. Although I did own this on the NES. So when this came out on the NES, I got it. I remember that was Christmas. I got this in Super Mario Bros. 3 at the same time, if that makes sense. I don't know if necessarily both those games came out at the same time, but probably. That sounds about right, like 89, 90. It might not have been the year that like Super Mario... No, I think it was, though. I was going to say, it might not have been the year the game came out that I got it. Like maybe I got it the following year, but I don't know. I kind of think it was. Wow, not doing too good here. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Twaddles. Come on, can I like at least, hit this guy once? We are going to need more coins. Oh my goodness. There we go. All right, so yeah, beat level 1. I'm going to grab my controllers off the floor here. We're going to shut down active game. And yeah, I guess that's that for this. And then we'll take a look at EmuVR. Exit game. Now, EmuVR, unlike that Arcade Time Capsule, takes quite a long time to load up, especially because I have so many, I guess, like models added. So yeah, I really wouldn't mind going through and cleaning up my EmuVR install, deleting all the models that I don't use, but yeah, that's going to take a lot of time. All right, so back in EmuVR again. It's been a good honestly, it's been more than 3 months because I hadn't used my headset in probably a month. before I put it on and realized it didn't work, and then had to wait 3 months. It's probably been like 4 months since I've been in here. And yeah, this is my room, just a nice simple setup. This is kind of how I like it. Again, I have a lot more models that have been installed that I don't necessarily use, so probably would be a nice idea to get rid of some of those. But yeah, speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game with the NES version here, if we wanted to play that on this glorious giant CRT TV, this looks so good. EmuVR is amazing. It's one of my favorite things, along with Arcade Time Capsule that you can do in VR, and they're both free. So how cool is that? But yeah, I got my Game Boy here. We can pop in Super Mario Land. Just realized we're not hearing any audio, so let me just double check what our audio settings are set to here. It'll be under General. Oh, well, we want to use that. Yeah, I don't know. Can't really change it right now. So I guess we got no audio. Oh, well. But yeah, I got my Game Boy there with Super Mario Land. I mean, how freaking cool is that? You guys have seen all this before, but man, again, I haven't used this in like 4 months, and it's just so cool. Just so cool. Play some Duck Hunt. Let's see, I don't have Duck Hunt out, so we got to go to Inventory, NES, grab Duck Hunt, and pop that in. Turn that on. Now we have to tell the NES that we want to play the NES, so we got to press... Oh, there we go. I think it's like button 2 and B or something on the 2 controllers at the same time. And now we've got a working zapper in virtual reality. I've shown playing these light gun games before. Very, very cool that you can do this in VR. And it works really, really well. And I don't think we have any audio right now. At least I can't hear any audio. It's not coming out of my VR headset. It may be routed to my other headphones, one of my DACs, my speakers, something else. But maybe you can hear it and I can't. I am not sure. But there you go. There's Duck Hunt. So I think I clicked both controller joysticks in at the same time. Yep. And then that stops playing the NES. And I mean, we can leave that on, or we can pop in Super Mario Brothers just in the background for some ambiance, just like we've got that going. And again, look at them scan lines. They are so fucking cool. EmuVR is amazing. All right, let's go over here to my nice bed in VCR, and actually let's change the time of day. Get a little bit darker in here. Right? Ah, yeah, look at that. Talking about the ambience and all. Ambiance. And we're going to grab a VHS tape. Oh. And we'll go with, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Kind of the theme of the day, isn't it? I'm going to pop that in my VCR. And hit play. It's very dark in here right now. Like I've mentioned before, this is a movie that I took the Blu-ray and I ripped it to a cropped 4x3 just so that I can have like the VHS copy that I can play in here on these 4x3 TVs, but still have the color and the sharpness and everything that from the Blu-ray rip. So this actually looks really, really good. Like in person, the glow of the CRT, the contrast, the sharpness. This looks really fucking legit. And then, of course, you got the light kind of bouncing from scene to scene as the scene changes on the bed there. Again, the ambiance of it all. And that TV is the same as this TV, by the way. Would you look at that? Like literally the exact same TV. Of course, it's probably a black and white TV as it was there in the movie. And in person, it looks like it would be a black and white TV. There's no tint or color. Knobs on the front. So, yeah, whoever modeled this, realistically, it's probably a black and white TV. But nonetheless, it still looks really cool. And again, that looks really freaking awesome. And this is for VR, this is what it's all about for me. It's EmuVR and it's Time Capsule Arcade, and again, these are both free. So, how fucking cool is that? And it's great to be back in here after, again, probably 4 months. And yeah, it just looks awesome. I can never recommend this enough. Of course, if you have a VR headset, you best be checking out EmuVR and my Time Capsule Arcade. Again, they're both free. This one takes a little bit more setting up, but the Arcade Time Capsule one's really easy. You just have to add the ROMs for the games, the arcade games that you want to play. That's about it. You run it, everything's kind of set up for you. This you kind of got to set up yourself. You've got to install the models because it only comes with like the NES and the SNES, I believe. It didn't come with the Super Famicom or the Atari or the N64. Like PlayStation over there, Saturn, TurboGrafx 16, Sega Genesis. Those all had to be added. And so, yeah, a little bit trickier maybe to get this going. We've got the Game Gear here, which I absolutely love the fact we've got a Game Gear in here, again, with working cartridges. And, again, just looks amazing. Did I just turn it on or off? I think it... Okay, there we go. I mean, look at that. It's an IPS modded Game Gear right there. Fancy schmancy. Oh my God, didn't even have to pay for this one. Just you can bask in its glory for free. And obviously, Sega Genesis is not hooked up to that TV. Is the TurboGrafx 16 hooked up? The TurboGrafx 16 is not hooked up either. Oh, that's a shame. We better take care of that. Where is the AV ports on this thing? There they are. Plug that in the back of the Sega Genesis. Yeah, turn that on. And again, we got glorious RGB, no RF interference. Screen's a little smudgy. There's some scratches on that CRT, but wow, looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? Sure does. What's in here? Freedom Force. Yeah, I was playing that on here last, I guess, wasn't I? Yep. I love it. I missed it. And it's back. So yeah, couldn't use it for 3 months. AMD acknowledged that they knew there was an issue with the Rift S. And they did fix it eventually. So, not the end of the world. There can't be that many people using a Rift S on a Radeon 5 or 6,000 series graphics card, but for the whole 10 of us out there, thank you, AMD, for at least fixing it eventually. Again, I find it strange that that was an issue in the first place because, again, this thing plugs into my graphics card with DisplayPort. So, realistically, this is just a monitor, right? This headset on my head is just a monitor. Now, obviously, it has to, understand a 3D and split the image up to the two eyes, but it's really just a monitor being plugged into DisplayPort. So, I mean, how you get an issue with drivers where you only get green is a little weird. But nonetheless, it works. And yeah, I actually can hear some audio now that I had Sonic the Hedgehog going there. I could hear that. So, okay. Yep, I can hear that after all. It's just not as loud in this program as it was in the other program. So, it's the volume on my headset. Now, I didn't want anything too loud because I want to make sure you can hear my microphone over the volume of everything else going on. So, hopefully, I got that balance okay. I guess I won't know until I watch this video. But lights out. Let's change the time of day one more time. And take a look outside there. Beautiful out there, isn't it? I want to live here. Tell you that much right now. It's not fucking crackheads outside. That's my city. There's just crackheads everywhere. Meth heads everywhere. Unfortunately. It's not pretty times out there, but it sure is in here. It sure is in here. All right, guys. See you later.